Okay, beautiful people, how are you all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well. This video is basically for people who want to study in Europe this year, and I'm going to be very straightforward with the video. But first, let me respond to this person. The person said, "Hello, Milton. I want to ask you some information. And for someone who wants to study in Denmark, how much is the tuition fee per year minimum?" Now, in Denmark, it depends on the institution, it depends on the program, okay, that you want to study. But right now, I think there are programs that cost at least 3,500, 4,000 euros. And I think in Denmark, the higher, like the more advanced the program, when I say the more advanced, you already understand some programs are quite expensive than others depending on its economic value, okay. So the more valuable the program, the more expensive it is. You cannot compare a program like tourism and a program like cybersecurity or maybe software engineering and a program like maybe literature. Do you understand me? Yeah, so some programs start from I think 3, 5, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 to 10,000. Some even go above 10,000 to like 12,000 euros in Denmark. It depends on the institution. And I think University of Copenhagen is a bit expensive compared to other institutions. So you should note this. Now, the main reason why I'm here is to tell you about Czech Republic. And I'm going to say this in plain terms. Please, if you really want to migrate to Czech Republic next year, do not let December pass you this year without you dropping your application. This is the advice I will give you now, and I hope that many of you can listen to this advice. It is very important. First thing first, the documents you need to apply. I'm making this video because some universities are actually open in the Czech Republic, and the most prominent one is the Czech University of Life Sciences. This institution is open already. And you know the good thing about this university, it's possible to have a program in this school for 1,000 euros. Yes, some programs used to be 500 euros before, but right now you can study a program at Czech University of Life Sciences for just 1,000 euros. Now, 1,000 euros is per year, not per semester, but this institution is a very strong institution in Prague, in Czech Republic. Now, let me get back to this information before we continue with all the details you need to know about this university. Like I said, do not let your application pass December if you want to study in Czech Republic, and this is the reason. Now, we all understand that appointments at visa level or embassies or VFS Global nowadays is not really an easy thing to get. Poland is an example, Austria is an example right now. I know people who have been looking for appointments for Austria to apply for visa, not for legalization, right, for a very long time, but they are not getting results. Now, so it's not just Czech Republic, other countries too. Germany is also maybe taking a lot of time. So if you really want to apply, you need to understand that you need to do notification, you need to do legalization of your documents and super legalization. This takes a lot of time, and some of these processes will be done in Czech Republic by your university. That is option number one. Now, when your school is done, and this is done maybe towards getting appointment admissions, or maybe sometimes after you've already gotten admissions, okay, then you will have to do these processes. Now, when you do that, that is only when you are going to begin visa process. I want to draw your attention to the fact that before, in Czech Republic, the schools used to get appointment for their students, but due to influx, a lot of students, competition, they cannot do that anymore. It is simple. The reason is because most students want to study and they cannot do for one and leave the others. I think the people who are really guaranteed an appointment at the level of the visa center or appointment at the embassy are only PhD students. But at the end of the day, you need to begin your process early. Now, why applying to Czech Republic? Also understand that they will be selecting based on, I think there is something they call a draft or drought. They will maybe ballot or something. They will do like this, throw papers, and then they pick those that are going to attend to. And it's not like they will be picking so many people per month. So you have to put all these things together. Now, another information you need to know is that once you apply to Czech Republic, some schools, before you even apply, you are going to see all these details on their website. They may want you to come for an interview, and this interview can take place in the form of an entrance exam, and it can still happen in the form of maybe a face-to-face interview. I once applied to Czech Republic, to Czech University of Life Sciences, and my own interview, where there were three people, I think a supervisor, the supervisor of the program, and other two coordinators. Okay, that was for PhD. That was around 2023, 2024. I don't remember when, but I applied to Czech University of Life Sciences and the University of Pardue. Now, to those of you who want to do engineering, who are engineering students, chemical engineering, biochemical engineering, if you are in the engineering sector, most especially, be looking at the University of Pardue. Okay, this is another strong institution in Czech Republic, but it's a little bit expensive more than Czech University of Life Sciences. Now, there is also a possibility to win a scholarship at Czech University of Life Sciences. So I will encourage those of you who are looking for PhD programs to study for PhD to actually take a look at this institution. It's very important because the programs are cheap. Okay, and also there is little money for you. And if you're applying for PhD, be careful with this question: how are you going to finance your research? Okay, because I think this is a question that put me in trouble, and I didn't get the admissions, but I really can't figure what was really the issue. Maybe competition, because they told me competition was massive. However, if you take a look at Czech Republic, you can study a bachelor's program in English, a master's in English, and if you look at the programs, they have like, maybe this school have over 8 faculties. Okay, and every faculty has its own fee, its own program, depending on what is there. Now, major requirements, I want to draw your attention to this. Make sure your transcript is up to date and you are willing to submit the transcript in case they ask you, because definitely you have to submit the transcript. There is no two ways about it, and I'm telling you now, so you prepare for the transcript. At the end of the day, you shouldn't say, oh Milton, I didn't know. Now, it is also possible that you can apply to the Czech Republic without maybe your English proficiency. What I mean here is the IELTS. Okay, most institutions in Czech Republic, they do not request for this, but others will insist. And also understand that there is an application fee, though it's not a lot of money, but I think it's just small money. But the key thing here is, note that Czech University of Life Sciences is open, and before December it will be closed, so you can check it now and apply. Tuition fee is cheap, and you cannot move to Czech Republic with your family. Also understand that in Czech Republic, visa appointments are usually difficult, but if you start early, you can always get results. Then also understand that you do not have to apply just to one country, not just the Czech Republic. Spread your tentacles, apply to multiple countries, multiple programs. It's in France alone, you can use Campus France and apply to 6 or 7 programs. Why not? Also spread your tentacles. Though for Czech Republic, you are going to be paying a separate application fee. In other countries, you can also pay separately, right? If you do not have money to study and you are looking for opportunities for scholarship, why not? There are many scholarships out there. The Mastercard Foundation is already closed. Also, the Chevening is almost closed. Also, we have the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, which is almost open. Then also, the Commonwealth Scholarship is almost closed. Then you also have other scholarships like the Korea Scholarship. You also have the Erasmus Mundus Scholarship, which is open now. So please put all of them together. Look at your requirements, look at your documents, and then make a decision on which one you really want to go in for. It is important that you put all these things now, so that by maybe November, December, you shouldn't be rushing around, maybe looking for where to actually apply. Oh, Milton, I missed out on this date because of one thing or the other. Right now, as I'm talking to you, people are preparing documents to apply to Denmark. Don't let December reach and maybe Iceland is open, Denmark is open, other countries are open, February, Luxembourg is open. Then you start running around saying that, oh, Milton, I didn't apply because I didn't have IELTS. No, now is the time for preparation, and you must prepare now and get ready. Now, another thing I want to draw your attention to is Finland. Finland is going to open its doors January next year. And if you must apply to Finland, you can also take the IELTS exam. However, some of you say that, oh, you do not have money to spend, you come from English-speaking country. It is possible to actually get admissions without the IELTS exam, but you have to understand that competition is high nowadays. Also understand that you can move with family to Finland, but if I am to advise you, I will advise you move with family to Denmark rather than Finland. Okay, Finland now is for single individuals, because you know, moving abroad with family is really a stressful thing, and if you are looking at this, you should understand that you need money need to feed the family, pay accommodation, and a whole lot of stuff. What if you go in there, the burden and a whole lot of things, you cannot get a job easily? It's not going to be that easy, because right now in Europe, jobs are not easy to find. Now, we've talked about this. I do not talk about certain countries like countries in Asia. Most especially, I will only be talking about Japan and South Korea. The reason is because most countries do not give permanent residency, not to talk of citizenship, and I'm not willing to engage myself in that. Okay, I only talk about opportunities that can help you in future, not just now when you are studying as an international student. Also, Belarus, do not. It is not a place I can advise, okay, but if you really have money, you should be looking at the European Union, the Schengen zone, and other countries. Now, also understand that if you intend to move abroad this year, it is high time for you to make decisions right now before November, December, because November, December is the application period. You have to be applying. Also, if you're looking for cheaper options, you also need to be looking at Italy, because Italy also have options like that. You can select very cheap schools in Italy, schools that will not cost you up to 500 euros, and you apply. But remember, always remember this, that you cannot use a sponsor from a particular country. Well, Italy sometimes even say that what you need to be using is a guarantor. You need to read more about a guarantor and check other videos I did to explain this step by step. And also, you need to understand that it is never going to be easy. You can get it first class and still be rejected for admissions because of the time you applied. Okay, do not let your results or maybe time instead frustrate you, but rather use your results diligently, so that at the end of the day you can benefit from what a lot of students are going to benefit. I hope this helps you. We meet again in another one.